Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. In today's video, I'm pretty excited because I have the new Colourpop Legend of Korra collection. I loved the Avatar collection that launched, I think it was last year, and I'm so excited for this one. There are so many aspects of this one that I love more than the original, and I feel like it plays really well with the original as well. I'm super thankful that Colourpop sent this to me. I was not expecting it, so shout out to Colourpop. Thank you so much. I have so many things to share with you. I'll be doing close-ups of all the products. I'll be doing swatches. I do have swatch comparisons between the two palettes, and I'm gonna create the look that you see right here. Before we get into it, my accessory details. This necklace is from Ana Luisa, and my plugs today are Love Kills Boutique. And without further ado, let's just hop in and chat about the products in the Legend of Korra collection. First up, we do have a highlighter. It's in the shade Spirit Wilds. It's really pretty. Looks more interesting in the pan than it does on the face, but it is still really glowy. It just has a really nice kind of neutral champagne-y glow to it. It has a little bit of sparkle, but it's not overly sparkly. It's more glowy than anything, and I do quite like it. I gotta say it's not my favorite part of the whole collection just because of how kind of normal it is, but I do like this highlighter. I think it's a really nice shade. There are two lip creams. I love the lip cream formula. It's kind of like the newer version of their Ultra Satin lips from back in the day, which I absolutely loved that formula, and I like this formula as well. The shades we have are Loyal Friend and Partner in Crime. Loyal Friend is that neutral and Partner in Crime is that more burgundy, winey kind of shade. I think these are really cute colors. Again, they're not like the most unique shades in the world, but I do like these colors and I feel like they're colors that I'll use. Moving into the eyes, we have two Graphic Inks liners. We have the shades Heart to Heart and Korasami. Heart to Heart is more of a burgundy wine shade. Again, it would match that lip cream really, really well. And the other one is kind of more of a baby blue. I do like this formula. I think it's really easy to kind of create wings with and do little graphic linery things because the tip is really flexible. However, because of the next product I'm going to talk about, these don't stand out to me as much because the next product I can use both as liquid shadow but also as liner as long as I use a tiny brush. So it's like as much as I do enjoy this formula and I like these colors, and I will keep them around because they're colors I don't have in this formula, I'm more excited about the next part. We have four chrome liquid shadows. They are multi-chrome magic in these little tubes. I'm really enjoying this formula so far. It's super creamy. I feel like it kind of blends onto the eyes really nicely, but again, you can also use it as a liner like I did today, and I'm just really excited to continue using these. I think the shades are beautiful. We have Air, Earth, Fire, and Water, all beautiful, dimensional, shifty, multi-chrome liquid shadows. I want to swim in these. I think they're lovely. I'm super pumped to keep playing with these. These are definitely the star of the show for the collection. And finally, last but not least, we have the Legend of Korra palette. This palette is bigger than the original Avatar palette. This one has 15 shades as opposed to 12. And these colors are so pretty. I feel like these colors are what I wanted the original to be. And I did love the original. I still have it. It survived last year's declutter. But I'm really excited about this one being an addition. There's a good mixture of textures in here. We have mattes, shimmers, we have a marbly shade, we have a super shock shadow. There is a couple sequin shades, which are the mattes with sparkle pressed in them, which used to be the bane of my existence. Now I don't really care so much. I do wish the marbly shade was a little more interesting. I feel like it looks very subtle. I wish it had a little more punch to it. But for the most part, these are very saturated, very rich colors. I like the shimmers that they paired with the mattes. I'm so happy there's brighter greens in this palette. I feel like that's what the first one needed, and I'm just super excited that this one exists. And I do have comparisons between this one and the original Avatar palette. On the top of my arm is the Legend of Korra all laid out, and on the bottom I tried to just pair the Avatar palette with shades that were similar-ish. As you can see, there really isn't a lot of overlap. Obviously there's some similar vibes, especially with like the reds and yellows and a couple blues, but I didn't find there to be any exact dupes. I do feel like these play together really nicely, and if you already had the original and you were debating this one, I hope that helps you out in deciding if you want the second one now or not based on the swatches. But yeah, that was the full collection. I hope those swatches were helpful for you. Now let's just get into creating this look, and I will give you my thoughts so far on everything at the end of the video. Hello, let's get into it. I'm really excited. Mostly eye products in this collection, but there is a highlighter, as I mentioned in the intro, Spirit Wilds. And it's so super gorgeous. I'm very curious to see what it looks like on the face, because in a swatch it kind of just all meshes together into like a champagne-y kind of color. So we'll see what it looks like on the face. This is a Lethal Cosmetics 125 brush, by the way. It's like my favorite highlight brush. Just a really nice small fan brush. I was never a fan brush person, but This one's quite nice. Yeah, it's not really showing like the blue or pink that's in here, but it is a really pretty, just kind of shiny, glowy kind of vibe. It's not really much of any kind of color, it just looks like glow. It's not overly sparkly either. There's a tiny bit of sparkle, but if you're someone who doesn't like a sparkly highlight, you might actually like this one. I do like a sparkly highlight, but I also like something like this where it just gives me a really pretty shine. Well, that is lovely. It's not like the most groundbreaking highlighter I've ever used, but it's quite lovely. I do enjoy that. But let's get into the eyes now because I'm really excited. Just priming with my Sigma eyeshadow base. Just going to blend this out and then we're gonna start going to town. So I do want the multi-chrome liquid shadows to more so be the star of the show, specifically Earth and Water. They're my favorite ones, I think. Oh, I do like Fire as well, but I'll use this one on a different day. But these two I'm really interested in using, and I'm thinking maybe we can do kind of a graphic liner situation with those and then still do a look with the palette, if that makes sense. So I kind of want to just do something smoky where it's going from blues into greens. So I'm going to start with the shade change. I'm just going to use this Lethal Cosmetics 210 brush just so I can kind of pack this on, but also kind of fluff it around, if that makes sense. It's a really rich shade. I'm not even putting that much pressure. There's really good pigmentation on that. It's been a hot minute since I've tried a new Colourpop palette. For no particular reason other than just the fact that I haven't been super inspired to try any lately. I've been kind of fatigued, but this is a really exciting collection and I was debating buying it myself and then I talked myself out of it and then it arrived in the mail. And it must be fake because I have not gotten a PR package from them in a hot minute. Very long time. I thought they gave me the boot. I do like that color though, but just kind of focusing it down a little bit lower. I am going to do the lower lash line as well, but I'll get to that in a second. Moving on now, I want to take the shade Earthbending. That is the shade of green that I wanted so badly to be in the first Avatar palette. This is a Sigma brush, by the way, the E27. This specific shade of green is exactly what I wanted in that last palette. It's so pretty. I feel like it matches the Earth Kingdom's clothing so well. It's just so cute. But I'm just kind of running this like kind of on top of the edge of what I just did and kind of lightly fluffing it through the crease a little bit. Just kind of getting a merge between the green and the blue. I'm not carrying this up super far. I am going to use the lighter green to blend it out even further. But for now, I'm kind of just making a merge between the blue and green. That is gorgeous together. These are working really well. Has Colourpop like stepped up their quality? Not that I had a problem with them before, but I feel like this is extra good. Maybe it's just this palette that's extra good. I'm not quite sure, but those are blending really nice. And I guess while I'm here, I want to take this green one, Mover Star. I'll finish the other eye in a second. This is the E38 from Sigma. I'm just going to use that to blend lightly along the edge of that green. It's a really nice kind of springy, minty sort of shade. I just want to use that just to create a little bit more diffusion as we exit away from the eye and into the crease. I quite like that. I think this is going to be a really foundation for when we do our little graphic liner with the multi-chromes. I figured just doing an all matte lid so that the multi-chromes can really shine and show off their shiftiness would be the way to go. All right, let's work on the lower lash line before I move into those liquid shadows that I'm just itching to get into. I'm gonna start by smoking out my waterline. I wanna use this one, Cosmic Speed. It's from the Eternals collection with Urban Decay. This came out a long time ago. I doubt these are available still. But it's just kind of like a sparkly black, and I don't know why. This is just kind of what I want in my waterline and smudged out into my lower lash line. So I'm just working this through my waterline and kind of messily smudging it right underneath. Then I'm gonna take this B2 pencil brush from Blend Bunny, and I don't have any product on this brush, but I'm just gonna use this little brush to kind of smudge out that black liner a little bit. And now I'm gonna take Change, that blue matte that I have all over the lid, just a little bit of it, and I'm just kind of smudging that on top of that liner. I'll even take that fluffy Lethal brush that I used with it earlier too. I don't have any additional product on this one, but just to further smudge out that blue. There are some birds chirping outside right now and it is so peaceful. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of Earthbending on that first Sigma brush. I'm just kind of doing the same thing, Just kind of smudging right along the edge of that blue. And then taking Mover Star, that minty green, just to further soften and blend it out and make sure it all connects. Basically, I just repeated what I did on the lid, on the lower lash line, just with the addition of that liner, just to add a little bit of depth. I thought about doing something brighter, but I kind of, again, just want to keep that a little more subdued before I go in with the multi-chromes. I'm really happy with this so far. Like, even this would be a cute look in and of itself. I do want to highlight my inner corner. I think I want to use Rebel Spirit. This one's like a super shock shadow. I said that on the first try. That does not usually happen. It's kind of squishy. Oh, that's cute. Ooh, I love that. That would actually be a beautiful face highlighter, but I'm just gonna stick with what I already have going on. I think that's quite nice. I'm really happy with this. I feel like those mattes blended so pretty. I like how rich they are. So now getting into the fun stuff, I just wanna do kind of like a wing into like where it kind of flicks inward. And on the bottom, I'm gonna do the water one, and then on the top I'll do the earth one, kind of again playing with those blues and greens together. And of course these have multiple shifts, so hopefully we'll get a really cool effect going on. So for the bottom, I'm going to use this Blend Bunny eyeliner brush. It's so small and precise. I'm just going to take this little guy out, put some of the product on this brush, and start going to town. I'm going to do the best I can on camera, but it's probably not going to be perfect until I can get really up close and personal with the mirror, but I'll show you roughly what's going on. And honestly, doing liner stuff with like a creamy product like this makes it really easy, in my opinion. It's like a lot more forgiving than going in with like a liquid black liner. So I'm gonna kind of flick up towards the tail of my brow and kind of come down to meet it just a little bit. The shift on that is so super pretty. That kind of blue purple. I feel like that's perfect on the bottom of this. I mean, again, even this alone is really pretty. I'm gonna match the other one and then we'll do the top. Cute. So I think I'm actually just gonna wipe the same brush off. I thought I was gonna use something like this to do the swoop, but I think I'm just gonna keep with the same brush. I think I'll be able to blend into the water one a little easier. Oh, I love this one. I think it's my favorite one. I mean, just based on like swatching it and stuff. So just grabbing a little bit of earth. I'm gonna start at the swoop, and again, it might not be perfect right away because I don't have the mirror close to my face. It's not like super far, but it's not like right up close and personal. And I kind of want to just swoop it. I'm even gonna kind of run this over top of the water one just a little bit, just so I can get them to kind of fuse together and have kind of an in-between shade. So I kind of started swooping it in. I had to get really close to my mirror, so sorry, but I just finished that trail and I'm liking it, but I do think I want to kind of mix water and earth again a little bit on my brush, just to get again kind of an in-between shade, just so that this area kind of has it too. I feel like it looks kind of weird going straight into the green one, so I want kind of that mixture. So it's kind of like just water, and then this corner is going to be the mixture of water and earth, and then fading into just earth. I'm pretty happy with that. Again, I might perfect it a little off camera when I can get really, really close and as I work on this side, but I think that's fun. You can kind of see those different shifts as I turn my head. I think it's really cool, but I'm going to perfect it a bit, put on one of the lips, most likely the neutral, because I just feel like the dark red isn't really my vibe today. And I'll be back when I'm complete. All right, my friends, this is the final look complete. I love this. I think it's so pretty. I did end up adding one more thing just because I felt like I needed it. I just love shimmer. So I took just a tiny bit of air on my finger and just like barely tapped it on like the middle of my lid, and then I just like used one of the brushes to kind of like diffuse that a little bit. So there's not much shimmer, but I just felt like I needed a little something. I know I said that I was like really into a matte with the liner, but I don't know, I changed my mind. But I love how this turned out. I think it's really cool, the transition between water into the mix of the two into earth across the top. Overall, I'm just really happy with how this one worked out, and I'm excited to play some more. I am gonna play with this one very soon, Fire. I think it's really pretty. I'll probably use this maybe on Instagram, maybe in a get ready with me, unclear, but I will use it soon. And obviously the lip that I chose for this was the Loyal Friend lipstick, the lip cream. I really like it. I did use a little bit of the Blend Bunny Tease pencil from the Tease lip kit around the center just to give a little more dimension, because I felt like it was almost a little too light on its own for what I was going for. But overall, I love this look. I hope you like it too. Let's zoom out and finish up this video. Thank you so much for watching my video playing with the Legend of Korra collection. I'm so happy with how my makeup looks today. I think it's super pretty. I'm really excited to keep diving into those liquid multi-chrome shadows. So just another quick rundown. The highlighter, while it looks pretty on the skin, I'm not mad at it. I could have lived without this one just because I have things that are so similar. But again, I'm not mad at it. It's not a bad product. I just have things already in my collection that are like this. And I can kind of say the same about the lip creams. Like, I like them. They're nice shades. I like the formula, but they're shades that I have in my collection already. So again, I don't think these were a must-have for me. I personally wouldn't have gone out of my way to buy these, but I am happy to own them. They are shades, again, that I will use. The Graphic Inks liners, even though these aren't really the product that is the star of the show, I'm very happy to have these because I do like this formula a lot, and I'm happy to have just these colors. That baby blue is super cute, and I do want to take that for a spin at some point soon. It's just not really the priority when there's these beautiful multi-chromes. So I do like having these. I already know I like this formula, so I will be using these soon. I can't say it enough. The liquid multi-chromes are the star of the show for this collection. I feel like everyone can agree on that. They're just so pretty, so special. I'm really happy with the formula so far. Obviously, I'm gonna keep playing with these and wearing them to give you more of a full idea. I'll have a roundup review video coming for the month of March soon because I'm technically filming this in March. I just don't think it's going up until April, but this will be included in my next roundup review when I talk about everything that I tried in March. So I will be giving more thoughts on these soon, and I will continue to play with these shadows. So far so good, but that's truly just a first impression because this is a new product for them. I have no experience with it before, but so far so good. I'm very happy with the look. I was very happy with the application and the texture. And even when I was filming my swatches and stuff, they were kind of hard to scrub off. Like, they didn't melt away super easy. So I think these will be pretty long lasting as well. And finally, we have the palette. I'm really excited about this. They haven't come out with a palette in a while that's like super excited me, but this one I feel like they did so right. I love the colors in here. I think it's really fun. I like the different textures. Really my only complaint, and it's only based on a swatch because I haven't put it on my eyes so far, but I feel like Future Industries could have just been a little more special because when I like touch it, it just looks, I don't know, it's just kind of subtle. Like, it doesn't really, it's not the most exciting swatch. Like, I have to kind of build it up to get it to like do anything. That's the only one that seems kind of like a disappointment. Everything else though, I'm pretty happy with the quality. I think the mattes blend out really nice and have good pigmentation, and the shimmers that I did use were quite lovely. Like, my inner corner looks gorgeous. I love that baby blue. Like, this baby blue liquid liner would look so cute with that. Maybe I'll have to do a look inspired by that or something at some point. We'll see. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the collection. There's some things that maybe weren't needs for me, but there are some things that I'm really pumped about. So I would love to hear your thoughts. Did you pick anything up from this collection? Do you want to pick anything up from this collection? If you made it to the end of this video, leave me an element emoji that you feel like resonates with you the most. Air, earth, fire, water, whatever you feel like you fit the most, leave it down below. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me on my other socials. You can join the battybean fam. I am battybean on everything, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you want, you can subscribe. If you want to see more of my videos, I'm posting most days here as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye. Oh my gosh, my cats are going nuts. Kanade, why do you have the zoomies? It's exactly 10 o'clock. Was that like zoomy o'clock for you? Gonna start by priming with my Sigma eyeshadow base. There she goes again. I would love to just finish this video, but the lawnmower man is at it.